Alright, hello everyone. I'm really happy to see you guys again. Welcome back to episode 4. Today we're going to be talking about moving away. This is an important topic for me because obviously I'm going to be moving away to university next year, which is going to be, not even next year. I don't know why I keep saying next year. I'm going to be moving away to university in 2 weeks actually, which is pretty big. But whether you're making a big move to university because you're my age, or you're just moving for any reason, or you're just moving on to the next chapter of your life, your next year of your life, I think it's a pretty important discussion to have. So welcome to episode 4. Before I dive in, I do want to talk about my week. I had a pretty good week since last week. Not too much has actually happened. I've spent most of my energy just making sure I was getting a couple stuff done, like signing some forms and taking care of logistical stuff that I need in order to be ready to move in to university in a bit. I did get to go to a Blue Jays game yesterday with all my fellow co-workers, which was so fun. It was like a staff retreat, I guess you would kind of call it. And the camp covered the tickets for everybody, which was so nice. So it was really fun. I didn't watch too much of the game itself, but I did have a lot of fun talking with my friends, trying to start a wave in the crowd, which was really fun and kind of failed, but kind of worked. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun. Anyways, today I was kind of really tired during the whole day because it was kind of humid, and I have low iron, so nothing dramatic, but I have low iron, and low iron plus the humidity kind of just like kills me sometimes. But it was a good day. I came back, I recorded a vlog for the very first time, which I'm not sure if I'll actually post, but I just wanted to try it. And it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. And now I'm ending off the day here with you guys. I was thinking of going to bed because I was really tired, but I really wanted to come talk to you. And I really mean that. I'm not even just saying that. This weekly thing is quickly turning to something that I very much enjoy and very much look forward to recording / talking to you, because I get to have the conversations that I want to have. And I feel like we all have those conversations that we want to have, but there's just not necessarily a space being held for them. So it's so fun. Anyways, getting started. I am both very excited and very terrified to move. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to Dalhousie University for medical science in 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. I just kept saying next year. It's kind of really scary that's in 2 weeks. But I'm going to Dalhousie University, which is in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, which is a very long way away from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I think, if I remember correctly, it's like a 14-hour drive, which I will not be driving, but perspective. And I'm really excited because I love making new friends. I'm really excited to feel like I'm kind of living like a fully normal life, like having my own room kind of thing. Well, I do have a roommate, but still, having my own kind of room, getting to try out a bunch of different interests for the first time again. Also just my classes. I'm just generally excited for my classes because I'm actually like really interested in what I'm learning. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. And I've also just always looked forward to university because for me it's kind of been like a point of freedom where it's like, oh wow, I'm an adult now and I'm learning because I actually want to learn, not because I'm being forced to, because it's some random curriculum. I feel like it's like a big point in my life where it's like, wow, everything I'm doing past this point is because like I actually want to do it, kind of thing, in some shape or form. But the honest truth is that I'm also very scared, and I'm also very terrified to move, because all those kind of what ifs that are kind of impossible to shake out of your head, like, oh, what if I get a roommate that like hates me or like stinks or something? What if I end up hating my program and I realize that I don't want to do biology anymore, but then I have no clue what in the world I want to do, and then I'm just there dropping like insane amounts of money on tuition and I have no clue what's going on? Or what if the people who I hold very dear to me in my life, namely my girlfriend, who I've been dating for 2 years, what if things don't go well in that direction and we end up breaking up, which ain't gonna happen, leave it right there. But it's always a fear because it's impossible to shake off because we're human. And I'm sure you guys all have your own fears, I'm sure, because moving is scary. Again, regardless of whether or not you're moving university, moving in any shape or form. But I really want to talk about why it's scary, so that I can understand the scariness for myself better, and so that maybe you can understand it better, or someone in your life can understand it better, and you can be there to support them. So for me, I think there's 3 aspects that I'm kind of scared of, or most people are scared of. I'd say it's like past, present, future scaries. So the first one, the past. I think a big fear that it's hard to put into words, but I think a big fear we all have when we're moving on from something is the fear that our unique experience that we had with that situation or person, place, thing will kind of just be forgotten and float out into the universe, never to be talked about again, and someone else will come in your place and they won't even know you were there. So I can make this make more sense if I were to talk about my high school, for example. I love my high school, and I put my heart and soul into it, and a lot of people in my grade and the grades around me know me because I have like different friends from different grades, with different teachers that teach a bunch of different grades, and just a large scope or like network across the school. But the truth is, I doubt many people will be talking about me next year, like at all. And for sure the year after that, my name will probably be very much forgotten at that school. Not amongst the teachers because they're like full adults, but then again, it's not like they're gonna be like talking to me or like talking about me. That's not, you know? And so that's definitely a scary feeling, because for a place that I tie so much emotional space and connection and love to, for the thought of me getting removed from that place's history is definitely a scary thought, and not a thought I want to have. And I kind of want it to live forever. I know it sounds selfish, but I feel like we all kind of do it. It's hard to explain. It's almost as if me leaving my high school, I want me leaving my high school, I want my high school to just end there, you know? Like, I want the school to like shut down, because like, okay, so that the experience I had and my friends had and all the people that were at the school at the same time as me, that like whole experience that we all shared, could just be frozen right there, could not go away. Obviously it's not possible, and I want the school to keep running, and I want every single person who's able and wants to go to that school to go, because it's amazing. but I feel like it's a common experience we can all share. And it doesn't have to be just about a place. It doesn't have to be a school. I'm really gonna miss the people. There's a lot of people I'm going to miss. There's a lot of things I'm gonna miss. There's random things that are kind of associated to physical places, but not necessarily. Like, I'm going to miss like running late for school in the morning and running out the door. I'm not going to be doing that again. I'm going to miss getting into my uniform. I'm going to miss, okay, moving away from school. I've had too many school examples, but just with my friends, most of us are kind of scattering across the map in terms of universities. So I'm really going to miss hanging out with them at lunch. I'm going to miss hanging out with them on the weekends, sending each other like reels or TikToks and stuff. That's something I'm really, really, really going to miss. And this is also something that happens when you lose a friend or a person that you're in a relationship with, either because they passed away or because that relationship ended. That's also very, very, very hard to deal with. Like, let's say you were to be going through a breakup right now, you kind of want that person's relationship life to like end there, even whether you like them or not. I don't know. That's the way I see it. Maybe you don't see it that way, and that's okay. So that's the aspect of the past that's kind of very scary. And then when it comes to the present day scariness and sadness, the present day scariness and sadness is more like, I'm scared to move in kind of thing. That's like, I say present, it doesn't have to be this day exactly, but like this, like the next month or so. I'm scared to leave a lot of things behind. I'm scared to move in, as I was talking about before, new roommate, all that kind of stuff, making sure I have everything. I'm scared to see what like emotional place I will be in a month from now with all this big change, you know, like kind of like almost scared of myself. Not in like I'm a terrible person or anything, but it's just kind of scary to think like, oh, what type of person will I be in a month from now? And when I say all this stuff, keep in mind, I'm like 90% excited for all this stuff and all this big change. I'm just taking the space to acknowledge the like scariness of moving on from a person, place, or thing. And it won't always be that I'm 90% excited. There are some moving ons that you have to do that are not fun at all. There's like no exciting portion to them. And I'm very sorry if you had to go through that experience. It's definitely hard. And through many of those, because I've moved so many times, I've switched friend groups so many times, had so many different kinds of friends, one thing I've learned is that the most important thing you can have to aid you through that move is honestly yourself. And so I'm going to take this and have a plug back to episode 2. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it, because I was talking about the importance of finding your center, and I really cannot stress how important that is, because as you're going through drastic changes in your life, where you're moving on from one thing to the next, even if everything is exploding around you and all those what if worries that you had all came true, and all those certainties that you had, like, oh no, I'm gonna be perfectly fine, I'm gonna be really healthy, this person's gonna be in my life always, like all those certainties that you think you might have had, like for sure you could have like bet your life on it, if they go away, what's going to keep you grounded? And the answer to that is going to be your center. And so I'm not going to go on a ramble about that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and listen to episode 2 and then come back and finish this. Go. Okay. So yeah, And then when it comes to the future sense, there's a lot of things to be scared about here. And I think the more obvious ones I don't really have to like talk about because I kind of already said them. It's just scared of what's to come. But there's also more subtle things in the future that are honestly not fun to think about at all. For example, I'm not a really big fan of this like unspoken societal behavior that we just all accepted. No like diss or shade to anyone. Like I feel like every single person does it ever. I do too. Like everyone does it. But this thing we have where it's like when you have a relationship with a person in any shape or form, or a place or a thing, anything, you kind of make this deal with this person, place, or thing that like, oh yeah, no, we'll stay connected. If it's a person's a better example, but like if it's a person, you'd be like, oh no, yeah, we'll FaceTime, we'll keep sending each other like TikToks or something, and yeah, we'll hang out, all that kind of stuff. And it's not that, when I say I don't like that, it's not that I think people have fake intentions. It's not. Like a lot of the times when I say that, I genuinely mean it. And a lot of the times other people say it, I do believe they genuinely mean it. Sometimes they don't, but that's okay. It's not that I'm trying to change that, because I understand why we do it. It's because we have good nature, we want to see this person again, and we want to like tell them that like, hey, I'll show up for you even if I'm not next to you. But it's really hard, especially if it's coming from a person that you would see regularly and now it's maybe not anymore. And there's that kind of like slow drift stage where you guys both know what's happening, but you don't want to acknowledge it, and it's weird. It can also be for a thing. Let's say you're leaving a hobby that you had for a very long time, and you said you're going to keep up with it, and you kind of have this silent guilt with yourself as you realize you're not keeping up with it. That could be like, I don't know, if you dance or you do some sort of art, you play on a team, you're in some sort of club, you play some sort of game, anything. Just any routine you have, anything in your life. So I'm really scared for that to happen with a lot of people that I hold very close to my heart, especially my group of guys, because of how far we're scattering, especially with time differences and everything, and how insanely expensive it is to travel like literally anywhere in the whole world, or in Canada. And so yeah, I feel like it's kind of one of those things we just don't acknowledge. But I do know that like the best friends I've ever had in my life, my guys, I go from texting them every single day until there will be points this year where we might not text for like a straight month, and that's okay, it's just scary. Or points where I might never even talk to one of them ever again, which would be horrible, and I'm going to try my best to not make that happen. But that's that fear. And it's not very fun. And I don't blame the other side at all. I understand life is so busy. Life is very, very, very busy. And when we're going through big changes with people that are important in our life, we also need to remind ourselves that they're also going through changes because we're leaving their life. Or they're also going through a big change themselves. So, yeah. But the second piece of the future fear/scariness is this isn't going to be applicable to everybody, but to me, I've always had this guilt, or silent guilt, I should say, of enjoying something without my siblings around. And this doesn't have to be for your siblings. Maybe it's just a person you're really close with. Maybe it's your parents, anyone in your family tree, any close friends, anyone. teacher, anything. But especially coming from a very traumatic household, me and my siblings all lived very different lives, and we all ended up as very, I'd say, different people. Still very like good people that can all like relate to our experiences and all love each other very much. But there would be certain times where I kind of like, well, not kind of, when I ran away from my home, and I would maybe be in a better position in life, not like in a rude way, but just in a better like financial or physical situation than one of my siblings, and I'd be out enjoying something knowing that one of my siblings was not having a good time. And that's a really sucky feeling. And this doesn't have to be just your siblings, it could be a friend. Maybe you know that someone who was like your best friend like a year ago lost someone in their life, or is having like a really hard time in their life, and you're like, I don't know, at like the club or something. By all means, go and enjoy your life. Don't let guilt hold you back or anything. I'm not saying this should change or that anyone's in the wrong here. No. I'm just acknowledging it. That sometimes it's really not the best feeling. And maybe I experience it maybe more than you do, or maybe you experience it more than me. But maybe I experience it more because I'm the type of person where when I really like something, I want to share it. I really, really want to share it. Like, if I find a really good song, I'll send it to one of my friends. I have this one friend specifically. You know who you are, Kikila. I have this one friend specifically who I like to send music to. Not very often, but I do, and he sends me music too. And I just really like that. Or if I try some food, I'll really want to bring, like, next time I'm going out eating with one of my friends or someone, I'll be like, oh my gosh, let's go to this spot, it's so good. And I like seeing the reaction as like they enjoy the food. Or a show, a cool like hangout spot, a cool piece of clothing, like anything. I just really like sharing the things I enjoy. Oh, a big one is also volleyball, because I got into volleyball this year, and I really liked getting my friends into volleyball. Like going down to the beach once or twice, or just playing during lunchtime. It's always fun. I just really, 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 really enjoy sharing the things I like sharing. And so when the person I want to share these things with isn't there, I feel like I'm kind of like hogging a good experience to myself, kind of, which is not the most lovely of feelings. And when I say silent, I mean silent. I mean really silent, because it never stops me from like having the fun that I am having. But it definitely sits there in the back of my mind. It definitely leaves me with a weird feeling. I try my best to show up the best I can the next opportunity I'm with this person or place or thing. And so yeah, I'm really scared to move to Halifax next year. That'll be very fun, but I'm scared. I hope this episode didn't scare y'all too much or anything. I just like acknowledging the unacknowledged stuff. And so to end it on a bit of a high note, I think the big important piece of all this stuff I was talking about is not necessarily trying to change a lot of it, because I think a lot of it is just the natural like human experience and natural emotions that like it's not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. Like, it's fine the way it is. It's amazing. But I think the big takeaway here is just, if you're ever experiencing these emotions, if you're experiencing them right now, or maybe you will be experiencing them when you complete your big move, or small move, just remember how amazing... Oh, Gizmo's kind of crashing. Remember how amazing it is to be able to miss something, because it really is amazing to have something to miss, to have something that was like so good that you can miss it, and you can be sad about it, and feel scared about losing it. Kind of in the sense where it's like you could only miss something because it was good. You know, you could only fall because you were flying, kind of thing. And yeah, that's the way life goes. That's the way life goes. And so whether you are moving to university next year, like I am, or maybe you're not going to university, maybe you're just doing your own thing next year, or maybe there's actually not that big of a change from this year to next year, like maybe you're working the same job or something, doing the same thing, whatever you're doing, good for you. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm here for you every single Thursday. Come and chat. And wait, I didn't complete my thought there. What I wanted to say is that even if you think your move isn't that big, remember it is. Because it doesn't have to be a physical move. Like, you are moving from last year to this year. 2025 is almost over, which is crazy, because to me the number 2025 just seems so futuristic. I don't know how to explain it. Rant for a different time. Point is find your center. Acknowledge the unacknowledged feelings when you're going through those big moves. Surround yourself with people to support you. And remember how lucky you are, and be happy that you have something that you can miss, because it really is an amazing feeling. Complete side note. There's this song by, I think, Phoebe Bridgers called That Funny Feeling. Go listen to it right now. That will like perfectly encapsulate everything I'm talking about in this episode right now. It low-key might be one of the best songs that like matches an emotion so well. Like, wow, it's amazing. Go listen to it right now. I think it's called That Funny Feeling by Phoebe Bridgers. Anyways, as usual, I will see you next Thursday. Oh, I forgot to say at the very beginning, but I finally got I finally got video onto Spotify, so you can watch it there. You don't have to be watching on YouTube. But my podcast is also on a bunch of other platforms. So go to my Instagram, jerome.mbaga, and click the link in bio. You'll see all the pages it's on and a bunch of other stuff. There's lots of exciting surprises coming soon in terms of my content creator journey, if you will, and just the journey of my life. So make sure to turn on notifications and follow/subscribe or for whatever platform you're on. And as usual, I will see you next Thursday. Thanks so much, Kurt. Bye-bye.